Hello, welcome back to Monster Train. Today's episode comes to you at 12:30 p.m. Thought about recording this later in the day, but I figured I may as well knock it out right now. I got some schoolwork to do throughout the day, but may as well get this done. How you doing? How's it going? I don't want you to get this done as like I don't want to play Monster Train. It's just one of the things I have to do today. I enjoy playing Monster Train, of course, but like, at the end of the day, I do have to make sure that I'm setting aside time to play it. It's a big part of it has been, maybe not, I'd say a big part of my daily routine for the last 2 years or so. Almost 2 years. We're like 30 days away from this being episode 365, which is 1 full year. I believe the original series ended before 365 because they put out the last Divinity. I think it was like 340 or 350 or something like that. I don't remember. I could go look, but I'm not going to. Anyway, let's begin, shall we? I will ask you today's question, and we will begin. What do I want to talk about today? Well, if you've been following the series, I've been monitoring my hard drive space because I keep running out. I should just clear out my recordings folder, but I haven't felt like doing that. So what I wanted to ask, because I did this yesterday, is when do you uninstall a game? When you finish a game, do you just immediately uninstall it, or do you wait until another time? Like, what's the reasoning? Because I just leave them installed until I find I'm running out of hard drive space, at which point I go, yep, alright, time to get rid of this. That has been my process lately. I just don't really feel like... because I always, when I finish a game, I'm always like, ooh, but what if I want to play it again within like a week or two, you know? And then it just stays on my hard drive forever. I went through my Steam library and I had games installed that I haven't played in like 3 years. Because after I leave them installed, I just go, yeah, well, I'm gonna forget, and then I forget. It's interesting. I imagine most people just uninstall games right away, but I don't know. I will know when I read your comments tomorrow. Well, today for you, but it's the weekend, by the way. Happy weekend. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Today's Awoken, Umbra, Pushback, Talos, Ragefell, Chase, Seraph, Steel Enhancer, Mind Collapse, Wildwood, Custodian. Notoriously one of the worst clan combos in the game. I'm gonna take Root Split Mask. We're gonna hope for Spike Sentient. No? Okay. Notoriously, especially pre-DLC, I think this was... Umbra Melting was the worst, but this is a close second. I feel like it kind of flies under the radar because Umbra Melting existed for so long as a terrible combo. I have 2 Mind Collapses. There's an Awoken banner at the Steel Shop. I want to give myself the best chance to get a playable backline unit. So I want to take this unit draft, but it's going to hurt me quite a bit. A bad set of Mind Collapse draws would actually kill me, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I better not. Like, if I don't get Mind Collapse to kill... Yeah, like, this turn 1 Mind Collapse is a great example of what I'm afraid of here, which is just dying. Because I can't kill the 9-1s. There's 2 of them and I have 2 Mind Collapses. Pretty easy math, I would say. I'm gonna buff up the Train Steward. And like, regardless of what happens, I'm going to end up with the Apprentice of Light walking past me. Although maybe it's close. Morsel Steel to Cultivates. Also, with the extra draws, I might... Yeah, with the extra draws, I might actually reach this Mind Collapse to kill the Foot Soldier in time. Like, it's actually pretty likely, yeah, wow. I would have still taken a lot of damage to my Sentient here, but, you know. Oh, you know what's better? If I Mind Collapse the Priest, I save 3 damage because I... Oh no, I don't draw 7 cards next turn, so I could miss Mind Collapse. I didn't, but I could've. Alright. It's a fine outcome. It's just a situation where I could have missed on the Mind Collapses and died, and it's not worth risking, I feel. Give me Restoration Detonation. Give me Space Prism. I'm gonna do everything in my power to remove every Umbra card that isn't useful, aka any Umbra card that makes morsels from this run as quickly as we can. Don't take quick with Cultivate. Husk Hermit is pretty terrible, but he's better than Vine Mother. That's not a high bar, but I'm gonna go ahead and take the Extreme Stone Restoration Detonation. I don't mind the 15 pack shards to give myself a very big heal for the Sentient every now and then. Husk Hermit is... I can take spikes here. Husk Hermit is fine for now. He's just not gonna scale well into the late game, right? I'm down to bottom floor it. It's also a great piece of tech to Steel Enhancer my Sentient to get an extra Cultivate. Yeah, expected outcome is that the first enemy walks to Pyre. Not really a surprise. A shame about the Collector though, isn't it? Real tragic. Could have played Shade Splitter Wildwood Custodian. I guess I could also just play Wildwood Custodian mid-floor and Shrug. Shrug in real life, not Shrug in the, like Slay the Spire Shrug, no. Oh yeah, also with Root Split Mask, assuming I kill the boss here, which... I think it's Spike's boss. I kind of want to play this Train Steward. I'm gonna draw Train Steward next turn, I don't have to play it now actually. It is Spike's boss. Cool, I win. The bottom floor play was correct. Spikes is helpful because it gives me the extra Cultivate every round. So taking the Spikes trial made sense, I feel. The damage Husk Hermit takes gets healed and we get to Cultivate, and we take 0 because of Root Split Mask. Razor Sharp Edge. No surprise there, I'm sure. I don't want a third Mind Collapse, but it's not bad because I have no other pings. Typically I don't like taking 3 of a card, but a third ping is good. Oh, gross. I think I'm just gonna take the Prototype. It's safe. You take the Divine Prototype and you go, yeah, sure. If I want to look for a better Awoken unit, I have to go to this banner. Otherwise, I just look for Multi-Strike for Husk Hermit, but that seems kind of grim. I'm gonna go look for a better Awoken unit. It sucks because there's no Steel Shop for 2 rings, but, you know. Oh, that's not very good. Plus 10 piercing and spell chain. I'm just gonna duplicate Razor Sharp Edge. Bone Dog. I don't know, it's plus or minus 1 card, right? Well, I'm either at 27 or 29 off of this, right? Bone Dog's okay. I think I'm gonna take some Pyre damage. You can come along, Bone Dog. I'm pretty critical of Bone Dog. I often don't take him, but today, Bone Dog's day. Push back Talos. Now the upside is it doesn't really matter. I guess it matters because we don't want the Sentient in the back. And Talos doesn't give us a Gare. I can play mid-floor, put Husk Hermit. Yeah. God, I hate this boss. So, The way that it works here is, unless there's a small chance that it doesn't work this way, sometimes the game just breaks the pattern to keep you guessing, is what I've been told. If I put the Sentient here, Talos should visit this floor twice and then one of the other 2 floors twice and 1 floor once. So if I put the Sentient here, I should be guaranteed to end up with the Sentient in back around turn 3 or 4. Alternatively, I play Husk Hermit up front and then pretend that Talos is only going to visit one. I don't care. That's what I'm going to say. I don't care. I'm going to say Talos comes top 4 twice. I'm just going to coin flip it. Nice. This should represent Talos coming top 4 twice. Should. I could also chump it with a morsel here, which I think is fine, because I'll probably be able to chump it again. I think it's acceptable. And then she should go middle floor. Yeah, all of this, and I forgot I even have these train stewards that are just gonna kill everything for me anyway. Yeah, and then she goes mid floor, and then she should go top 4 again. But sometimes she doesn't, sometimes it doesn't work that way, and so I don't know, man. Oh yeah, the cultivates. I'm cultivating the morsel. Yeah, look at that, she did what you expect. Cool. Hold on, I can make this turn look better. I did it. One of the upsides of Shade Splitter is that it lets you get away with ignoring pushback Talos sometimes. Do not want the damage shield, because damage shield stops revenge. Doesn't stop spikes, but it stops revenge. I know that. How much do these brain stewards do to Talos? Oh, pretty. Wow, a lot. Wow, a lot more than I expected. What the hell? That guy lived forever. You can go now, Talos. Shout out to Divine Advanced Prototype for saving my run. Or fuck you, depending on your opinion. I take Furnace Tap. Shattered Shell. He is better than Husk Hermit, and I can give him Husk Hermit's HP. Cultivating Sentient means I need draw a little bit less, but I don't need space and I don't need energy, so I can take draw. We can take energy after Fel. I want removals. Yeah. The artifact is nice. Magic Shop can make cards cost less, but I'm gonna go find removals. Mask of Penumbra. That's terrible. I can value stone Furnace Tap and then make a lot of it. Let's check the banner. Yeah, so Morsel Maker is the one that we have to think about, because Morsel Maker as an infusion is 6 health every turn, and it's also 6 attack every turn, so it gives a nice little... after 5 turns it's as good as Husk Hermit, but doesn't it come with 5 HP? Yeah. I think it's better. The alternative idea here would be to try and do a Shattered Shell self-infuse, but if you look at the map, there is no tempo for 3 rings, so I'm gonna do Morsel Maker. Husk Hermit did his job, he got us out of the early game. Now we go to the Morsel Maker Shattered Shell plan. I think I'm not gonna take the value stone right now. Husk Hermit, thank you for your service. See you later, buddy. Let me clear some train stewards out. The theory is I shouldn't need to take defensive options on the shell because I have Cultivating Sentient and I have +6 per round, right? So baseline on the Divinity, Shattered Shell is neutral on health because he's gaining 6 + 3, assuming the Sentient isn't getting hit, which she will be. Not gonna take Value Stone. Maybe I live to regret this, but I think that especially with the extra upgrade slot, it's not necessary. Sentient will take a kill, but every Mark of Invasion is great. Because Shattered Shell. Now when I look ahead here, I feel like if I get a turn 1 Shattered Shell like this, and I get a turn 1 Furnace Tap, I mean, I'm always going to get a turn 1 Shattered Shell, actually. I just slap the Furnace Tap down, though. And we can start to work towards this run. Like, we can put +10s on Minecraft. We start to look towards ways to cheat past the no energy. Because there are ways, of course, to cheat past having no energy. The problem with having no energy is my Sentient dies slowly. But it doesn't matter because Shattered Shell has a lot of attack and health. I think this run's kind of coming together. If it wasn't Cultivating Sentient, I'd even get to play this Wildwood Custodian, and it would be cool. But alas. I wonder if there would. I don't think there's a way to make Cultivating skip specific units. No way. Shout out Bone Dog, though. My man's been going nuts. We've healed so much. Yeah, Engraft was the card I was thinking of. If we do Intrinsic -1 holdover and Graft. Oh, we can't see Intrinsic for a while. It's still fine. Skip these. Feast, Excavation, Eruption, Ember Forge. Excavation, Eruption is dead to me. I'm never picking that card again out of principle. That card is absolutely gone to me. I'm gonna get rid of the Trade Stewards. Let me look ahead again. It's gotta be Magic Shop. Like, I need to make this Engraft free, I think. But I could also try to wait, because if I go to this Magic Shop, there's no Steel Shop until here. Well, let's see. Maybe there's a multi-strike in here, and then there's no problem. Wow. There is. Okay. So, in theory, I can leave this extra upgrade slot open and play the Shattered Shell and hope to see multi-strike again. Or, more reasonably, I go to 3 Magic Shops, I make my whole deck free, and I play 2 Furnace Taps. And I just give them +25 now. Because, no, not +25, actually, you want Damage Shield 3. It gives him, Damage Shield 3 is better, it gives survivability without taking away from his Cultivates. Because his Cultivates stop happening when his health gets too high. You're basically, by going +25, you're basically taking away 12.5 Cultivates. So, 13, technically. Well, not 12.5, but it's actually 4 or 5. Is that right? I guess it's... You get the idea. It's like... Is it 12? It is 12, and then it goes down when we go to 3, I think. Either way, don't worry about it too much. My math, whatever. I could sit down and actually solve it out, but I'm not gonna sit here and spout numbers at you. You're losing Cultivates. I need to take money here, and I'm gonna take that money to take another removal. I need to prepare. I have 15 and 15. I'm at 80. Maybe I just take one of the 15s. I can take a plus. I don't want to take a +6. What is it? It's 25. So you're losing 8 Cultivates at Cultivating 3. You're losing 12 or 13 Cultivates at Cultivating 2. That sounds right. I think that is correct. Misplay alert, by the way. Every split mask, I can just slap down the Furnace Tap, it's no worry. It's no concern, I'm doing 34 times 3. Yeah, so we're looking for, like... The only thing I don't want to see in that last temple is a Purge Stone, because +10 Piercing or Intrinsic both have a use. Purge Stone is less good because I have plenty of money to purge things as is. Now the boss here... Don't play the Jeweler. The boss here is Made Harpy, which is a lot of damage, but we have Restoration Detonation. Self-Made Harpy can run over my Shattered Shell is my fear because it's a lot of damage. But Shattered Shell is doing 300 damage himself, so nothing to be afraid of. Nothing to be afraid of. Alright. Looking good. Awake is very expensive. I'd rather take another engraft. We're just gonna make a lot of cards very cheap. And I'm gonna buff these engrafts by +10. We're going to every magic shop. It's part of the reason we played it the way we did. Get rid of all of the Shade Splitters. They are worse than worthless. And then Wildwood Custodian goes afterwards. I like Jack Strips. You know I like this card because, or this relic, because it kills damage shield on the Divinity. However, I think it's bad because it's gonna steal from Cultivate, or yeah, it's gonna take Cultivates and it's gonna take Shattered Shell Slays. I think it's better to go Chest Plates. Preferable, I would say. First off, we go -1 and grab. +20 consume restore, fine. Double stack, not interested. Holdover, cool. Go -1 and grab. We go +10 Mind Collapse. Then we go for holdover. I think it's holdover and graft, and then next time I see one, I can get a +10 into it. That seems right to me. I should have waited, and maybe this is, it's not, but this could have been build a card. Wow. I traded 20 to 25 HP for Teeth of Gold. That's pretty grim. That's really grim. Oh god, Teeth of Gold. I think, what do you think is the worst relic in this game? Because I think I might actually say Teeth of Gold. It is so bad. It like I guess it's fine because it's not actively detrimental, and I think there are relics that are actively detrimental, but like, god, Teeth of Gold is so bad. If relics are actively detrimental, I guess if we're thinking about it from like all circumstances, because like there's a time where Sketches is good. Usually it's bad, but there are times where it's good. Teeth of Gold is just bad, like always. But it doesn't hurt you. I don't know. Is there a relic that is just purely bad? I can't think of one, but I think there is one. He does 180, I'm not worried. I do want to play the Restore that. I want to make sure I'm healing my Sentient, basically. She needs to not get killed. No quick means that damage is always happening, but we're always healing. Could have played Mind Collapse for more mana, but I don't need it. I would love to see Unleash the Wildwood for this run. That'd be pretty good. The Engraft plan is working out, though. And then we pick up a... Probably want to try and get Furnace Tap to 0 cost and then get a second one. There's also a line to be... or there's a line to be considered, which is holdover -1 Extreme Stone Restoration Detonation. That could have also worked, I'm sure. But I think that this line is fine. Probably. Too bad I don't get anything for Cultivating. It's fun to dream. Not bad. Downright acceptable outcome, I gotta say. I'm glad I took this Bone Dog, he's been very good. I asked for Unleash, they gave me Unleash. It's never quick tone there. I think if I'm chaining like 2 Furnace Taps together, I'm gonna have 0 energy anyway. So I may as well take the draw to chain the Furnace Taps together sooner and get to our energy. Going right, unsurprisingly. Shade Splitter be gone. Wildwood Custodian be gone. I'm gonna open the relic. I want it. Chain of Gems is alright. Iron Drop Cage and Capricious do nothing, so like a little more health for my Shattered Shell is fine with me. I'm gonna make Furnace Tab cost 0. I'm gonna put a +10 on the holdover and graph so we heal 11 every round. No double stacks. I'm gonna put a +10 on another Mind Collapse. And then it doesn't really matter, but I think Unleash is the best card to take to 0 because we're going to another magic shop and that magic shop has a duplicate with it. So I can do the Furnace Tab then. Cultivating 3 has a pretty large amount of health. Starting to come around on Cultivating Sentient. She has enough health that you can just build around keeping her alive. This fight's gross. I don't like it. The curses are pretty bad. I have Bone Dog though, so I'll heal the damage I take. It's just a question of can I afford the trial. 20 armor is quite a bit. I think I can get away with it though. I have to play top floor, sadly. But misplay alert. That's a real misplay though. That's like really bad. That's dastardly. Which happens first? I think the Bone Dog heals first. Too bad. I need to take the damage shield mistake is pretty bad. It does make sense for healing to go first, by the way. Thought about it a little more. Definitely makes sense for healing to happen first, because if it didn't, you would just die. If healing didn't happen first, you would just not heal. You would die in a position where you're on 1 HP. Oh, I should hit 10 damage off of this guy. Now the cultivates start to become enough, yeah. I'm trading Pyre HP to not let enemies walk up to my Pyre, which is a worthy trade when you get right down to it. I'm trading curse hits for no hits from a 10-190. Yeah, now my Shattered Shell is there. 90 times 3? 270? Oh, plus the cultivates, yeah. The cultivates are they're rather sturdy. Yeah, on that round she's giving like +9 attack or something like that. Looking good. This fight wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. The shell scales a lot faster than I would expect, to be honest with you. My expectations are pretty low, though. They're rather low. I do recognize as well that I'm going to go over on my packed shards by a little bit. It's not a big deal. I don't believe. 2 Razor Sharps are doing pretty well. They're good too because they lower his max HP for Cultivate. Not by a lot, but sometimes it'll matter. Thanks, Bone Dog. I don't want Ensnare. Like, I don't need it. I have Root Split Mask already. You know, I should take it. There's literally no reason not to. It's a free card. It is 0 cost and +1 draw. The card is crazy. What did I say I didn't want to see here? I should have waited on this -1. I didn't think about the value stone potential. Too bad. Could have done value stone -1 double stack. Yeah. Not a big deal, but would have been cool. No enemies go to my pyre. I don't consume cards. I'm not playing morsels. None of these are good. It's all terrible. I'm never putting anything else on Furnace Tap. I'm just duplicating it. And then we have to do... Oh wait, I could have still done Value Stone. Hold on. No, I'm a fool. Could have done Value Stone still. Yeah. Alright, you're right. Maybe there's no double stack in there. Maybe there is. My bad. My bad. Could have done Value Stone -1 double stack. Duplicate that, yeah. Alright, there's no double stack, never mind. I should have at least looked for it though. I didn't think about it. Unleash is free, right? Yeah, I'm gonna probably hold that over. Just to be nice and safe. I hate to do it to you, Bone Dog, but I don't believe there is a, like, you've done all you needed to do. Farewell, Bone Dog. I appreciate your service. Nothing else I can take here. I have 230 gold. I can buy Refined Void. I don't want it. I'd rather have the score at the end of the run than Refined Void. Yeah. It's completely worthless. It does nothing. I guess maybe it heals our Sentient for like 10. It's just bad. Oh, good. I drew both my holdovers right away. I'm also drawing 10 cards. How about it? Oh, everything's right here. I thought that I wasn't getting kills on the Shattered Shell. But I'm getting the kills on the Shattered Shell. The Sentient's getting, not cultivating herself yet. And she shouldn't because of the holdover Unleash until Shattered Shell is capped. This looks pretty over. I did it. I played Cultivating Sentient. Let's go. And we did the exact thing you do with Umbra. You keep like the 3 cards that Umbra has that are playable, and you get rid of the rest. Oh no, I've been Ember drained. Umbra, like, they truly do have some of the best some of the best rares and cards of that nature, but oh buddy, morsels suck. It's a shame because I feel like morsels are one of the coolest mechanics in the game, but morsels suck. They're very bad. I'm sorry if you're just finding out like this. They're just terrible. The Divinity made morsel builds significantly worse, and I don't think that they're gonna change it in any way. I keep overdrawing. Like I'm putting too much next turn draw down. Yeah. Ensnare is actually bad. I have too much draw. Hit the cap. 10 cards. We did it. Also 312 times 4. Looking pretty solid over there. I could see myself becoming a believer in the Cultivating Sentient. Because I think that this line would work with Animus of Will as well. I think you could do it with either one. Animus of Will, you would need to take something else to help her along. The problem is that with Animus of Will, I think you would need some way to kill backline. But if you kill backline, you're giving yourself less cultivates, so it's a little more sketchy. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm convinced either. I only made the Chain of Gems misplay one time. Good job, me. Round of applause. I don't hear you clapping. That's better. I should be taking off these damage shields, but it shouldn't matter. My man's 37 times 4. I'm pretty sure that breaks through damage shield, yeah. What do I have? I have 4 Umbra cards, 3 Mind Collapses, and a Space Prism. The Mind Collapses could have definitely left the run by now, I just didn't have the removals. But you need them. You need them for the early game. Oh, and the Furnace Taps. How could I forget the actual important card in the run? Just disrespecting Furnace Tap like that. Unbelievable. The card is the reason we're here. part of the reason we're here, I guess. Being able to make this guy hit 4 times is nice, but 160 times 2 is also good. However, probably, I think with Root Split Mask I didn't need Furnace Tab, but it's a nice thing to have. That's what I'll say about it. Like, in this fight, a lot of the cards, and this is the sort of fight where I end up like if I don't properly assess what's happening here, I end up messing up my thought process and game plan for a long time. This is the sort of fight where we have a bunch of cards left over from the early game, and those cards are why we live to the late game. But when I think about it looking back, I can go, oh yeah, this Restoration Detonation wasn't that good. This Restoration Detonation is the reason we're alive right now, because it healed my Sentient through some scary fights. So, please do not disrespect Restoration Detonation in my presence, thank you. How in the world was this guy living? What? How much armor does he have? Wait, what? Does this guy have 900 health? That's wacky, what the heck? I don't believe that. I'm gonna have to look at that again. How was that guy living? How much armor does he have? Does he come in with 200 armor? I feel like I extremely disrespect last night. That guy looks kind of scary. We didn't pre-relentless kill Seraph. We didn't pre-relentless kill anything other than the Divinity, right? Yeah. They don't spend enough time on the floor for Shattered Shell to work them down. Pretty weird. I guess, you know, the other thing I had from Umbra was Morsel Maker Infusion and Damage Shield 3. Umbra was there, and they helped, but Morsels, Cultivating, Regen, they don't work together. Alright, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave me a like. Subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.